Natalie, thank you so much for your submission here. Let's go and take a look here. First time using grid, that's great. I mean, as a designer, you want your grid is your best friend. I promise you, I'm telling you the truth. I have not begun a design project since I was in design school where I haven't first established a grid. So it's really, really important. And most professional designers will tell you the same thing. First thing we do, first thing is take a look at the information, get an idea of how we want to present it, then establish a grid. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at your work. The four compositions. The first composition is no contrast in size or weight, hierarchy based only on grouping. And that's great right here, as you've got that as your main focal point, because it is separate from the others, indicating that it's different, indicating there is emphasis there, right? Now, and then this is great. Now, one thing I noticed is you're using bold type. I wouldn't use bold type. I would set it, and you're using bold type as your default for this assignment. Either that or it's black or it's a typeface that's really, really ultra bold. And the problem with that is that sometimes we equate using bold type to being yelled at. So we don't want our viewers to appear like we're being yelled at. So I don't recommend using bold type as default body copy. I recommend reserving bold type for emphasis. Okay, second, design is one new size and one new weight. So, and you've done that. You've done that kind of both. You've introduced new size and new weight by bolding this out even more. Okay, so that's excellent. Third design is multiple contrasts in weight. And I'm not really seeing multiple contrasts. All I see is a bigger scale for the name, but this kind of is the same as here. Okay, so you want multiple size contrasts in weight and scale here. And then in the fourth, you've got multiple contrasts, break the grid, and then crop the image of the car. The car should be in black and white. Don't forget the assignment requires black and white. Where is that? Right here. Black and white and gray only. So you want to take that image of the car into Photoshop and do a black and white adjustment layer on that. Okay, I think that you're good. You're getting hierarchy. That's fantastic. Let's talk about grid. Right now, I'm seeing grid, but one thing I'm seeing is I'm seeing grid net margin right there. One thing I'm seeing is that a lot of your type is right up at the edge of the page composition, of the page margin itself right there. That's really uncomfortable. My recommendation is to set up an interior margin and then set your grid to that margin in InDesign. And the way that you do that is, it's actually really easy. This is what it looks like right here. As you can see, there's the margin right there, okay? And then the grid is set up within the margin so that there's equal partitions in this 4x4 grid. And I'm not saying to use a 4x4 grid. This is just an example. Now, the way you do that in InDesign is you set up your document. You have your margin set up when your document set up. If you go to Layout, Create Grids, and by the way, this is covered in the announcement, how to design using a grid in the course announcements. Let me see. Well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos in this announcement and a bunch of resources. You definitely want to take a look at this announcement. I can pretty much guarantee you'll have a really, really good understanding of grids after you're done with this announcement here. There's actually more information in this announcement than there is in the course lecture. So it's a great supplement to the course lecture. But at any rate, that video shows you how to set up a grid in InDesign, right? But what I want to do is I want to show you how to set that grid to the interior margin as opposed to the page. And all you do is you go to Layout, Create Grids, and again, this is covered in that video. And then in Create Grids, you want to say Options, Fit Guides to Margin and not to Page. And what that's going to do is that's going to make this margin, your grid, you're going to set that grid to this margin, meaning that the squares within this margin are equal. So then you can start placing your elements and you'll preserve that wonderful, beautiful padded margin right there. Okay, I think that's about all I have. So here, watch your alignment. I don't think, oh, you know what's beautiful? You don't have any center alignment at all. That's great. Oh, yes. I'm just not a fan of center alignment, and most designers aren't. The reason being is center alignment does not activate the negative space associated with the surrounding area, and it's really safe and formal, but it's not very engaging at all. So let's stay away from center alignment for the remainder of this class. Okay, I think you're looking good. Let's just try to set those margins up, set that interior grid up. Watch your bold. Don't use bold. and watch the fact that in the second design you want one new size, one new weight, and then in third and fourth you want multiple contrasts in size and weight. Okay. Other than that, I think you've done a great job. Great start. Good job. And if you have any questions at all, Natalie, please let me know. But I would like to see those recommendations addressed in your final submission. And again, please let me know if you have any questions. Great job, Natalie. Thank you very much.